What's up, Mortgage Coach community? Dave Savage here, and I am with Kelly Zitlow. What's up, Kelly?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
I know I am doing great. It's obviously a dark time in the world. We are recording this right in the middle of COVID and the lockdown. I'm working out of my home. Looks like you're working out of your house.
I am.
But it is a busy time in the mortgage business. We are doing a lot of loans. All the Mortgage Coach customers do a lot of loans. And this is the first of a series I'm doing called Mortgage Coach Demos with. And my first one's with Kelly Zitlow. I'm going to be doing Jeremy Forcier on Monday, and we're going to just be going from there. So thank you, Kelly, for jumping in and being one of the first to respond.
You bet. I'm happy to be here, Dave.
So just for anyone who doesn't know you or hasn't watched one of our interviews, if you could just let us know what market you're in and what kind of production you're doing right now.
Yeah, so I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona, and in 2019, we served 349 families, and this year we will serve about 400 families.
Wow.
So I've been lending for 24 years, and gosh, I have used Mortgage Coach now for, I don't know, the years fly by, Dave, but I got to think it's about 7 or 8 years.
It's been a long year. You are a Mortgage Coach Grandmaster, and I looked it up. You've done 2,613 TCAs as of yesterday. So a lot of families served with an exceptional level of advice. So cool. So guys, if you're on Facebook Live and you have a question for me or Kelly, put it down below. We're gonna, a tight schedule. We're gonna go for about 19 more minutes, and it's gonna be a little bit of demo, and it's gonna be a little bit about how Kelly uses Mortgage Coach. So I'm gonna start by sharing my screen, Kelly. And again, first of all, just thank you for being a leader in the Mortgage Coach community. This is a demo, so I'm really proud of the fact that 34% of loan officers that do over 100 loans a year use Mortgage Coach. Before we get into just workflow, I believe that this COVID thing and the quarantine that we've had has changed customer experience and customer expectations forever. I mean, grandmas know what Zoom is. And I know that because we had a birthday party and my mom, who doesn't even like to text, was on Zoom and she loved it. So, I mean, do you agree that there's just been this acceleration of a virtual experience, and even after we're not being quarantined, like, it's going to be different?
Absolutely. I agree. The world will be forever changed, and how we do business is going to change.
Absolutely. Now, prior to this, you were meeting with what percentage of your clients in person?
About 15 to 20%. So a lot of what we do, we actually were big users of Zoom prior to COVID. And so we were as prepared as you could be for something like that. But from a technology standpoint, it wasn't new to us at all.
Yeah, well, you were using a lot of in-person meetings prior to COVID. I mean, or at least at some point you changed to virtual, but when was that you went from 70% in person to the other way around?
Over the last couple of years, just with technology, and we serve a lot of people across the country, so they're not physically here in Arizona. So using the ability to do Zoom conferencing has just been vital to our ability to get face-to-face without getting face-to-face. So over the last couple of years, it really has started to go down from that client face-to-face into some type of Zoom alternative.
A virtual experience. Well, I want to get into how you use Mortgage Coach. I would tell every loan officer watching this, I think this quote has never been more relevant, that the illiterate of the 21st century are not those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. And it's never been more important that you learn how to deliver a better experience. So at a high level, this may not be what your fee worksheet looks like if you're not using Mortgage Coach, but this is what most loan officers deliver. It's rate, fee, cash to close. And Kelly, what do you think the percentage of families that you talk to, if they're not working with you, this is what they're getting? They're getting, rate, fee, and TCA. Like, what percent of the marketplace is like this?
Oh my gosh, I would still say probably, 75 to 80% of the marketplace is using a traditional fee worksheet, or worse, they're sending all this stuff in emails. So, until the loan estimate goes out, there's no way for the consumer to really evaluate their options, see a side-by-side comparison unless somebody is using Mortgage Coach. And that's what I love about it. And just really quick, Dave, I mean, this is so relevant and poignant. Yesterday, I have a past client of mine, he's an attorney, and he has a client who they actually are wanting to press charges against an institution and a lender for what they believe is bait and switch, and it's on a refinance. And so they sent me all of this documentation, all these emails, and there was no Mortgage Coach being used. Obviously, the initial loan estimate was sent, the closing disclosure completely different, and all of these emails from a loan officer. And the borrower was refinancing 2 properties. So certainly this wasn't with us, this was with another institution. And he was thoroughly confused. Now this guy is high net worth, smart, owns a business, and he and his attorney were trying to evaluate all of this paperwork and all of these emails to figure out how at the closing table, everything changed. And in my mind, I mean, I spent 40 minutes with them last night, just trying to walk them through the loan estimate, the closing disclosure, where the gaps were, et cetera, so they could go do what they needed to do. And it was occurring to me, if this loan officer would have just used Mortgage Coach, it's black and white. It's so transparent, you know, and that's what this guy was so frustrated about, was there was such a lack of transparency. He felt like he was getting schnookered, you know, and that's why I use it. I mean, I love Mortgage Coach. I love the side-by-side comparisons, and really just to feel like the consumer, the buyer really does understand, and I can do that in a really easy way that's super simple.
Love that. And there's no doubt that the value prop of Mortgage Coach is advice, clarity, and transparency. So you can deliver price without Mortgage Coach, but you can't teach a family something they didn't already know at scale consistently. You can't teach them something they'll always remember. And to your point, like if it would have been a TCA, not only would they remember it, but they would have had this link to go back to. Yeah. And guys, so if you went and met with Kelly in person, it would look something like this. And I've interviewed her enough to know that when the family came in, the technology wouldn't have been on. It would have been, what are your hopes? What are your dreams? What are your goals? It would have been emotional connection, personal connection, her listening, whether she's on Zoom. And then at some point, the tech does come out when she starts teaching and sharing the strategies. Is that kind of the sequence that you go through? And I'm going to put a link down below to one of my last interviews with you. Anything you want to add to that?
No, I mean, that's absolutely it. So the initial conversation, building the trust, learning their hopes and dreams, what's the most important thing to them, really listening, because sometimes people don't know those answers, hopes, dreams, most important thing. As we listen, we gain more information. And then the great thing about Mortgage Coach is I can take that and show them in reality how we can make those hopes and dreams come true. So I'm going to show you a really exciting refinance cost analysis. And we're doing a lot of refinances today since interest rates are so low. But this one is so fun. Like, it just warms my heart that we get to show this borrower not only how he's going to save a huge amount of money with the refinance, but now giving him some guidance on what to do with those savings as opposed to just keeping it in his pocket.
Well, cool. I'm going to look forward to showing that in about 3 minutes. So I want to one, demo Mortgage Coach, which we're going to do in just a second here, but 2, I want to show how it fits in the sales process. So how does most sales processes start? Is they start with a link, you know, and you think about it. Quicken started that whole thing. Hey, fill out the link. There was a lot of loan officers that didn't used to do this, but now with COVID, with quarantine, I think the adoption of this is pretty clear. But here's the deal, guys. Banks have this. Everybody has this. These are table stakes. So the best way to deliver an experience is to deliver your link and make sure you've got something that's web optimized, mobile optimized, that shows your brand. And then there's the transaction, or there's a way that you email it. By the way, do you email or text the link?
We do both.
Okay, so I'm showing you right here what it would look like if you were Kelly Zitlow's client. You go to her website, you say apply now, it's got her picture, it's branded, she texted it. Now it's like, let's get started, super easy, super simple. And then of course, at some point in the process, you get the link to the total cost analysis. What is the typically, like in your virtual process, when do they get the Mortgage Coach link?
Well, in most cases, I'm having the initial conversation and then they're applying for their home loan. And once I know more about them, we've got everything dialed in, we know what they can apply for, especially on a purchase, then that's when we're preparing the mortgage coach. So the conversation is something, you know, like, great, Dave, it was great talking with you. So 5% down, you're kind of in that 400 to 500 range. So I'm going to put together a personalized cost analysis just for you. And I'm going to show you the net impact both on payment and cost at $25,000 increments in price points. So I'll show you 425, 450, 475, or something like that. And that's really how I use it on a purchase, and that's the sequence. On a refinance, it's a little bit different. Sometimes we're preparing the cost analysis prior to them applying, just so we can show them the true net impact of that refinance.
Cool. So I see a bunch of you. We've got about a dozen of you watching us on Zoom. If you guys have questions, let us know. Kelly doesn't use Calendly, but I've been interviewing a lot of loan officers that have been using it. So I want to, like, within the course of demoing Mortgage Coach, I want to show, like, what's the ultimate virtual experience. And using Calendly or one of their competitors to schedule meetings makes a lot of sense. Seen a lot of people do that. Using Zoom for the virtual connection like we're doing right now. And then, of course, using BombBomb. You may not be using BombBomb in the transaction, but I mean, these are the tools that modern loan officers are using. So we're going to really focus on the TCA. This is a rent versus own. You know, the rates aren't accurate today. But Kelly, how often are you still using a rent versus own?
Well, you know, today it's a great opportunity because with people on kind of the sidelines and you know, not really thinking about, gosh, should I be buying right now with the fear and everything else? It's a great opportunity to use a rent versus own, because if somebody is in that position, that's the best place for rent versus own. So, you know, it's just being able to show them the numbers, show them and walk them through. If you're renting, here's what it looks like. If you're buying, here's what it looks like. And in our market prior to COVID, anything under a $300,000 purchase price was just so difficult for buyers to get under contract with. And I mean, you know, 10 offers, they were being beat out by cash buyers, etc. Now with COVID, so many of those buyers are now able to get under contract because other people have paused. So we're able to revisit the rent to own and just kind of remind them of, here's how it looks. This is still a great time. And with interest rates dropping, it's even increasing the purchase price more. So we use it definitely depending on the situation.
Love it. Love it. So Kelly, if you could, why don't you share your desktop and show us let's start with the refi, just because that is such a important strategy. And here's what I want you guys to think about when you see this. Not only is Kelly being super efficient and effective for herself, she's being super valuable to the family beyond the typical loan officer. So when you show this to the family, do you show it on Zoom like this? And do you use the live experience even when you're on Zoom?
I use Mortgage Coach Edge all the time, the live experience. Like I want to control the screen. I want to be able to walk them through it, etc. So yeah, I mean, all the time. I use it more than I use the video in Mortgage Coach.
Good, good. Well, walk us through what you're doing. And you call it the total cost analysis, or do you have another term?
No, I just call it a personalized refinance analysis is what I call these. I
like that, personal refi analysis, and then maybe put the family's name at the headline. Here's your personal refinance analysis for the Smith family.
That's it.
All right, let's check it out.
Yeah. So this person currently has 2 loans and the combined interest rate is 5.79%. He's VA eligible, so we actually locked him in at 2.99% on a 30-year fixed rate. And get this, his monthly savings is $1,034 by the time we're combining these 2 liens into one and dropping his interest rate. That's even accounting for the VA funding fee because he doesn't have a service-connected disability. So my thought was, let's show him, and they're a little bit older, so let's show him, you know, with that $1,000, what the net impact could be to his overall financial situation with building wealth or paying off his house. So that's what I love, love, love. I cannot say it enough. I mean, and to be able to do this in less than 5 minutes, it's just a no-brainer. But when we come over to the reinvest the savings strategy, you're going to see that with the same amount of his payment, so his payment right now is $27.62, and with the same payment, so he's going to take his new payment of $17.28, add the $1,034, then what happens to that over time? And then we're also going to show him if he doesn't want to invest that savings, and he actually just wants to apply it towards the principal, what's going to happen over time. So the big key with Mortgage Coach is always just picking the more information tabs, and there's a ton of information in here. Generally for me, I'm going to take them into the initial one of the first block. So this is going to kind of break down the payment. So you're going to see here what he's currently at, bring in here what the new PITI is, etc. Now this one is where you're going to see in this reinvest savings column right here is we're taking that 1,034 and we're reinvesting it. And then in this column, I'm moving that 1,034 into a principal reduction. Okay. So if I come to this reinvestment strategy, and I know it feels like there's a lot of numbers on this, but it's just how you're delivering it. So how cool is this? On the reinvestment strategy section, okay, and again, when you see my highlights moving, you can do this while you're talking to the client, so you can take their eye to where you need it to go to kind of get through all of the numbers on the page. So with that additional 1,034, if they were to invest that into something that was earning a 2.5% return over 15 years, that would equate to about $225,000. So it's just really just another way for them to consider how to build wealth. And if they don't want to do that, and their primary goal is to actually pay this house off, if they were continuing to pay that same payment that they're paying now and apply the 1,034 towards their principal, they'll take this 30-year mortgage and pay it off in roughly 14 years.
Boom. So the total net tangible benefit of a refi and it just laid out. And then here's the deal, guys. It's mobile optimized. So, you know, what you're looking at right now on the screen is you're looking at my screen. So it looks great on a desktop, which Kelly just went you through, and it looks great on a mobile phone. So it's this mobile optimized experience that allows the family to drill down and the loan officer to educate. So Kelly, I know you need to jump to another meeting in a minute, but before I let you go, do you use RateWatch? Is that an app that you use? Is this something as part of the Mortgage Coach platform that you use?
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt. It's dinging me all day long.
And what do you know, I interviewed Jay Kroll the other day, and he had said how part of his process is that he meets with the client, and before he gets to the TCA, he might show like day watch and just get them to understand that, hey, like rates don't change hourly or daily. They change every minute of the day, and I got your back. And he said that may only take like a minute, but is that something you're doing in RateWatch?
Absolutely. Especially, you know, a couple of weeks ago when the market was so volatile and there was these big movements. It's a great way to take a chart, put some visualization around it, and then be able to have some talking points. So people don't think you're just making this stuff up. I mean, you can actually use this stuff to solidify what is taking place in the market for that particular day or moment.
Beautiful, guys. And you can email it, you can text it, you can Facebook it, you can copy it to your clipboard so that you can add it to an email. So like every screen, we allow you to do that. We just added Optimal Blues data. Now these families and consumers, they're getting rates what online lenders are promoting. So like what's on Bankrate, what's on Zillow. This is Optimal Blues live rates getting locked in real time. And so that's built into Mortgage Coach now. I'm hearing lots of loan officers that are using it to show what loans are. And it also will even show based off of different credit scores, what are the rates that are actually getting locked in America. So again, we're here to make you look smart and be smart. So Kelly, what are some other, like if you had a favorite feature in Mortgage Coach, what would it be?
Well, I love the ability that we can text such a sophisticated cost analysis to somebody. And, you know, we'll share that with the realtor too. So we'll text it to the client, we'll text it to the realtor. So they're all on the same page. And it looks great. It's easy. Everybody, if you're not here, then you're nowhere, right? Like we got to get on the phone. And so it allows us to do that in such a streamlined fashion. It's not clunky. They're not trying to pull up a loan estimate and blow it up and see it on their phone. So I love the ability that we can text it and people can look at it on their phones while they're out shopping.
So I'm going to let you get going to a meeting in just 1 minute. I'm actually interviewing Jeremy on Monday. And he says all the time, like I close extra loans. I have less price exceptions. You know, I'm more profitable than my peers. you know, if you could just give a feel for how much extra business that you get, or like someone who's thinking like, oh, should I start using Mortgage Coach? Is it worth my time and my money? You know, what kind of time does it save you, and what kind of financial benefit do you think you might get from it?
Well, there's no doubt a big part of the reason why we help so many families and we are trusted in this community is because we use Mortgage Coach. I mean, our agents know that this is the tool that we can use to not only showcase where the client thinks that they want to be, but you know, where they ultimately could be. And this is important, especially in a market where if you have a person that says, hey, I want to, you know, spend $400,000, but in reality, they can qualify for more. And when they're out shopping, they're in that higher price point. We can very quickly show them the difference. And agents love it because now we're really bringing credible, transparent information. And they're like, oh, so to go from 4 to 450 isn't that big of a deal. It impacts my net cash to close and my payment by X. And so our agents love it because they know it allows the client to get a better experience that is based on education. So, I mean, I don't know specifically how much of my business is based on the fact that I use Mortgage Coach. I tell you, though, that if you talk to our agents in this market, they know we use it and our clients love it. So I can't imagine not using it.
Love that. So guys, I'm going to show you how to sign up. Kelly, I know you have another meeting to get to, don't you?
I do, yes.
All right, so I'm going to let you hang up. Guys, I'm going to come in. I'm going to answer a few more questions, talk about training. Kelly Zitlow, thank you very much.
Bye, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. All right, guys. So I'm going to pull up a few more slides, just walk you through some getting started steps. Make sure you know how you can get trained. We've built gamification into the Mortgage Coach platform so that as you learn new skills and new capabilities, you get badges, and we're helping train you. So for any manager that's looking at this, if you want your loan officers to go from price to advice, if you believe that if they were better teachers and educators to their families, again, we're here. We're here to train you, and we're here to help you guys progress and go from, I'm a white belt loan officer that quotes rates and fees, fee worksheet, to I'm a black belt mortgage advisor that delivers advice. And I'm going to break that down in a little bit more detail here for you. So again, white belt, transactional triangle, rate, payment, cash to close. And while we have a progression and we teach you step by step, it's all built into the product. There's videos built into that. There's gamification and reminders built into it. So you learn how to deliver the Advice Star. I'm not going to teach the Advice Star right now because this is a demo. If you want to get signed up, sign up. There's no commitment. It's a month-to-month fee. It's $120 a month for our broker edition. And we will teach you how to go from quoting rates to helping families make smarter mortgage decisions. These are the fundamentals to doing that. So we are offering training. You know, we're helping you deliver clarity and transparency in the sales process. And this is the type of training every day of the week. So if you signed up on a Monday, we have a live training on Monday for anybody who's done less than 20 TCAs. Every single Tuesday for the past 10 years, I've been interviewing someone amazing. Kelly Zitlow has been interviewed a number of times, and other top producers that close over 100 loans a year. So every Tuesday I'm doing that. Every Wednesday we're teaching mortgage strategies. So all the strategies you need to know to be a black belt, we're teaching. Every single Thursday, we're doing Q&A. So think of like the Genius Bar at the Apple Store. We've got a Mortgage Coach Genius that's available to answer your questions. And then every Friday we do a mastermind. And all of this is also available on our YouTube channel. So just a reminder, Mortgage Coach is $120 a month. You can sign up today. You can go to our website and there's a buy now button. Or I will, in this video right now, you'll see this on YouTube. I'll put a link down below where you just click the button and sign up and get Mortgage Coach today. I'm going to take a quick look just to see if we have any questions coming in. And then I am going to wrap up today's demo. And again, if you have questions and you're watching the recording, put them down below and I'll get those answered in future demos. I'm going to try to do like one a week where I interview a top producer that's killing it, that's done over 1,000 Mortgage Coach reports. They're a black or they're a red belt. Sometimes I might interview black belts. So let's see if any of you guys have questions. By the way, what's Eric, Bibble, Glenn, Bill? We got a lot of people, so good. It doesn't look like we have any questions so far. So I'm going to wrap this up with the closing thought that if you don't have Mortgage Coach right now, you're paying for Mortgage Coach. It could be helping you close at least one extra loan per month. And so whatever the cost of a loan is to you, if you're not delivering every family a total cost analysis, you're losing loans. Your conversion's not as high, your referrals aren't as high. And when I interview Jeremy, we'll talk about how he integrates it into his realtor experience. And not only has he quantified the value in terms of conversion, he's quantified the value he's getting from realtors. So this call is a wrap. Hopefully you learn more about Mortgage Coach. If you want to forward this to a mortgage friend that you think would like to be on the Mortgage Coach team, please forward it along. Take care and have a great day.